Have you ever seen water as blue as that in all your life? This place is sensational. This is Blue Moon Valley in the shadows of the Jade Dragon Snow Mountain that we saw from Lijiang. We're a bit closer now, we're a bit higher up, and over here is one of 4 lakes that gives the area its name. The name, the Blue Moon Valley, comes from, well, the phenomenal colour of the water, which, by the way, flows down from the Himalayas, and the tint itself comes from the copper ions in the water, and the moon part is just because of the crescent shape of the valley. So it bends around from over there, like curving towards where we are now, and then up there somewhere behind these trees is the Big Donny. What a stunning location for a photo shoot. Anyway, out and about amongst some green stuff. I've had my nondescript meat stick that I had when I arrived. No telling what it actually was, but it was good. And also had what is now my favourite drink in the universe for breakfast. It's like a condensed milk, flavoured milk. It tastes like rice pudding without the rice. I don't know how else I can describe it than that. Once again, an all-round pleasant location. Or at least it is on my side, because over there looks like mayhem. On the topic, by the way, of people and their quantity, this is a quintuple A rated tourist destination in China. It's the highest rating the government can give to any of its landmarks, and this whole scenic area is one of the big dogs. So as a result, you can't really come here with any other expectations than there will be other people. And also, it's one of the top 100 places globally to visit in 2024, as rated by things like trip.com. So it's a pretty big deal. It's not hard to see why though, is it? It almost looks even more blue when you see it through the trees. Look at that. But then again, on this slightly more treacherous side, it is only me. So I'm not sure if that's a good or bad. Okay, it's a bad thing. I'm at the end. There's no further way to go here, chaps. Everyone else is over here. I'm at a dead end. In the background, you can see kind of the peak going through the cloud. The peak of this, the Jade Dragon Snow Mountain, is 4,800 meters or so. We're now at 2,800 meters. So to go up to that bad boy, you've got to ascend another 2 kilometers vertically. It's not for me, that. It's not for me. China, you're not fooling anyone with this pretend tree. We all know what that is. Have a look at this water, by the way. Something I would expect to see in the Maldives. I never knew China had this kind of thing up its sleeve. On a whole, this place was absolutely mint. It was ace to get out in nature. It was dead easy to reach from Lijiang, and you're immediately just yomping around the mountains. Once again, the photographers and fancy looking locals are out in full force. If you asked me as recently as a month ago what China looked like, this never would have crossed my mind. This place is stunning. And even when the sun goes away, it gets transformed into an even more mystical scene. I loved it here. By the way, just got another contender for best urinal of the trip. Have a look at this. Not sure which one's winning so far, that one or Shuhe, but this one you walk out and you see this. Right, I think it's time for a snack break. Have a look at what I got from the shop earlier. Right, yes, they are crisps, but I guarantee you have never seen this flavour in your life. And I'm not normally a crisp man, but if you know me, you'll know this flavour, it drew me in instantly. What on earth is a cucumber flavoured crisp? Oh wow, okay. It really does smell like cucumber. I didn't think cucumber had a smell, but that is it. That's I'm intrigued by this. Oh my word. It tastes like cucumber. Cucumber's literally just water. How does it taste of anything? That might literally be my favourite crisp flavour in the whole world. If you asked me 30 seconds ago what cucumber tastes like, I would have just said wet. Like there isn't anything. It's a texture and then a bit of water, isn't it? It's not anything, but phenomenal. It tastes a bit like, I don't know, like Pimm's. What is Pimm's? It reminds me of Pimm's for some reason, but unbelievable. You thought I wasn't cultured for buying crisps? You tell me one country anywhere else that has them. There we go. I suppose if you think about it, and I'm not trying to get too philosophical about this, but I suppose a slice of cucumber kind of already is a wet green crisp, isn't it? It's like crisp size, crisp texture. Anyway, I'm not going to get stuck on that. All we can say is Chinese food is popping off, just maybe not in the way you expected. We've got condensed milk, jammy dodgers, and now cucumber flavoured crisps. What a time to be alive. If they've actually got a Mackey's inside this visitor centre, I am gonna boot off. They've got a whole Grimsby town centre up here on top of this mountain. Complete with KFC and Mackey's. Unbelievable. What do you reckon they've got in a Chinese McMountain? This is dead boring. It's all the same stuff and it's the same price. It's about 10 yen per quid, by the way, so Big Mac meal 5.5 quid. It's about right, isn't it? How boring is that? You might think of me as some kind of uncultured swine, but I have not come to the mountainy bit of China to scran a Big Mac, so we've aborted the mission and decided to find something local instead. I'm going to give myself a budget of 55 yen, the same price of a Big Mac. Let's see what we can get instead. Alright, so I'm in. Ordering was mayhem because it's this big little board of only Chinese. That part's chilling because I've got the Google Translate thing, which, if you're not familiar, is a lifesaver. It live translates stuff as you point the camera at it. It's phenomenally useful. So it works like this. This is what it looks like. It's dead useful. So usually then you know which number or which part of the menu to kind of ask for, to point at. But in this restaurant you've got to write it. So I had to ask some locals to help me write down the order. Anyway, job done. Total spend 45 yen. So 10 yen less than a Big Mac. We'll see what turns up. There are some questionable things on that menu and a lot of people around me are eating chicken feet, so we'll find out if I've been subject to the most heinous of Chinese pranks or not. And well, I kind of was in the end. The milk obviously came through as it always does, the greatest liquid on this planet. Then you go and collect your noodles, do a bit of customization, bit of spring onion, bit of garlic, bit of soy sauce, can't go wrong. Except then when you get back to the table you realise the chicken in the noodles is black and a bit lumpy and a little bit weird, and I did try a bit and instantly regretted it, so that was not getting touched. But the total spread looked like this. Load of dumplings, load of bao. Pretty good, apart from the noodle scenario. The dumplings were a little bit weird. They were supposed to be pork and corn, but there was something a bit strange about them. Already felt a little bit weird about the chicken scenario, so I wasn't mad about the dumplings. But the bao, as always, was good scran. It's like a squishy ball of dough with some pork in the middle. It's a good scran. All in all, not a great dining experience. I guess that teaches me for being brave, but I'm not going to starve. I've got some cucumber crisps left, so we're all good. There's something I want to touch on, by the way, as we circle whatever this thing is about what we spoke about in Lijiang, about the fact that I've never really looked at coming to China. I've never thought about it. No one's ever recommended it to me. Like, it's just not come up. So the reason that I'm here now is not because I've changed my mind and suddenly I really wanted to come here, and it's not because anyone told me how good it was. It's kind of out of convenience more than anything, because I was here for work in Shanghai for a few days and thought, well, while I'm this neck of the woods, might as well have a bit of a mooch around, and that's kind of why I'm here. It's more out of like making the most of the opportunity, really. But what that means is I had absolutely zero expectations coming to China, but even if I had really high hopes for China, it would have already exceeded all of the expectations. It is a phenomenal place, absolutely phenomenal. And also, as a second part of that, by the way, just look at that in the background. Incredible. As a second part of that, it's not just that I haven't personally been to China. It's that I don't know anyone that's been to China as a tourist. In all of my years, my now 30 years, I got old since the last bunch of videos, I've never heard anybody come to China as a tourist. A few people I know of various ages have been for work, and none of them really liked it, but even the past couple of days mooching around, still haven't seen a single Western tourist, and I'm not really sure why that is. Anyway, this mooch through the lovely streets of Shuhe could well be my last. It's time to move on to another spot. As we all know, I've loved it here, but I'm looking forward to the next bit. Let's get a move on. I'll see you in the next one, chaps. See you in a bit.